Hi there, so let's proceed with another feature for high availability, and this time we're going to use failover, and this one it provides failover at the unit, meaning at the hardware or software, at the box level, we can say that. What we want is that, or what this feature provides, is that in case we have multiple units, in this case we have ASA 16 and ASA 23, we're going to have ASA 16 as the active unit, and it's going to be in charge of handling all the traffic, inspection, and everything else. If something happens to ASA 16, then traffic is going to be failed, it's going to be handed over 23. And this is going to be according to a condition we define. For instance, one of these interfaces fails, and this information is going to be passed to the other unit. Anyway, when these are enabled, they are exchanging this information, so the kind of health status of each unit, and this allows each unit to know when the other unit has a problem. So if it's the active unit, so then traffic is going to be handed over to the standby unit. It's standby unit, so the active unit will know about it, but won't fail off to the standby unit, right? So let's start the configuration, and before that, we have to just from the beginning identify which interface we're going to use as the failover interface, and which interface we're going to use as the failover link state, and this is in case we want to use what is called the failover state. This just allows to the active unit send the existing connections, like information in the routing table, HTTP, TCP connections, over to the standby unit, so this connection, this information, it's not lost. Can be the same interface. There are some design options that you can use. We're just going to keep it simple here. I'll use E1 as the inside interface, E2 as the failover link and the link state as well, and E0 is going to be the outside interface. So let's see how to do this, and we just have to do this to enable initially on both units, and every configuration that we need to add is going to be automatically replicated over the standby unit. So start with a blank configuration on ASA 16. So first thing first, we want to enable E2. Okay, just make sure. And first thing first, we start with failover LAN unit, and we say that this is going to be the primary, and failover LAN interface, and we gotta give it a name, and I'll say it's going to be failover link, and now the physical interface is going to be E2. Now my logical interface IP address is going to be just use 192.168.121, and mask going to be 24, and standby is going to be 192.168.122. Now can enable this failover link, and that's going to be my failover link, and now I can enable. So what I have to do is to replicate same configuration to my standby unit. Okay. So with a slight difference. So E2 no shots, failover LAN units. So this gotta be secondary, and failover interface going to be E2, failover LAN interface, and physical failover interface for my logical link. Going to be 192.168.1.255.450, and by 192.168.1.2. Failover link going to be this one, and let's enable. So now what they're going to do, they start to sync the failover group, and the active is going to send the configuration to the standby unit. So this won't take long. Password recover was not changed. So, and configuration replication from mate. So now the configuration was replicated. Right now you see that we have the same prompt, the same host name. Now this can be tricky to identify which one is the active, which one is standby. For instance, if I try to make any change on standby, it will pop up this warning. So to make things more intuitive, we're going to enable state. Yeah, so I want to know what's state, which one of them is the state, and this is going to be replicated here. So I know ASA 23 is the standby and 16 is the active, and I'm currently configuring on the active unit. So now let's start the configuration. So show failover, and right now we don't have any interface being monitored, so let's start with E1. Name it inside. The others going to be 10.1, 112, 125.5.5.5.0, and additionally now we have to say, okay, I have a standby unit and its IP it's here. So it's done. It'll be okay, and if by ping 1 and 2, that's okay. So both units, they must be reachable, should have the same layer 2, and I should be able to reach 11 and 12 as well. So this means I can deploy my OSPF 10.1, 112, 0, 55.5.0, area 0. So now E0 is going to be outside. IP stand 145 125.5.5.0, standby 10.1 112 2. Let's apply E1. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking something. 10.1 145 2. Yeah. So 10.1 145 1. Oh, probably shut down. So pin 10.1 145 1 2 4 and 5. So let me enable SPF on this interface as well. And this is area 0. And that should do it. Let me just enable is it global policy for ICMP. Inspect ICMP. Now, one thing that I noticed is that at least on this environment using EVNG and using this image, is that after triggering failover, the layer 2 wasn't working as expected. As you guys saw on the previous video where I was using port channel, and I was able to solve, I faced the same situation using failover feature, but I kind of figured out how to solve it by assigning state MAC address at the interface. So this is actually what I'm going to do now, and I'll say AAA BBBBB 1111 and E0. I'm going to slightly change this. Okay, so that's what I want. So now if I show failover, I can see that I'm monitoring my inside interface and it's normal. And the secondary unit sees the same thing. And this is the information that is going to be replicated over to the standby unit, TCP connections and ICMP and other protocols as well. So active address equals to burn-in address. Why are you saying this? There are problems. Didn't get the MAC address. Active address equals to burn-in address. Okay, that's new. Let's see what's going to be the outcome. So let's test this from R11 and 12. So this feature should be seamless in case we fail over. So what I'm going to do, actually let me just use for available. Okay, it's available. I was thinking. Okay, so we have some delay. So what I want is to just send a lot of traffic this unit, and let's make actually let me bring the switch. Can be this one. And let's see 11 and 12 as well. It's thinking the interface that we can test. So right now 16 is active, which means traffic is using E1 interface, and that's 0 1 on switch. 0 1. So I'm going to shut down this interface. I'm setting again. Thinking. Okay, and okay, so now let me shut down. This should trigger failover. Let me see this on console. Login console. R5 is not replying. See what's the current status. So okay, so it's going to take a while. I see that it's already flipped over. Show failover. So the primary failed, and right now this unit is the active one, and we see it. We have to wait a couple of seconds, 25 seconds, but it sends every 5 seconds, sends hellos, and only when it misses 3 times hello, then it's going to flip over to the other unit. And we see that right now traffic is okay, and we have this delay that was happening before, but from R12 you can reach R4. And let me bring that interface back. And another thing is that it is not preemptive, which means although the interface will be back online, but the active state will be maintained on the active unit. So we can see that now this interface it's in the waiting state. It will move to normal, but it will continue to be, this unit ASA 16 will continue to be in the standby state. Let me just stop this because it doesn't add any value. And oh, I didn't enable, that's why. Yes. And 7. I want to see. Yes, this is going to be replicated in here. So secondary, it's active and it's loading, so something must be happening. And you can see inside, so it's sending hellos saying it's okay, and you're waiting. Well, there must be some bug or something, I don't know, but you can see that right now ASA 23 is the active unit and the failover happened successfully. If we want, we can force that unit to be the active one again. So failover, that's active, and we test again. So we see SPF flapping, and adjacency is already established, and we see some seconds of delay. This can be optimized, and oh, now I have to stop this because my terminal is just going to be crushed, and it's working as well. So if we show failover, okay, got it, show failover, and right now this host is the active one and is waiting, exchanging hellos with standby unit to see if it's going to be to monitor state or not. So that's it, guys. Let's proceed with the next feature.